How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be featuring the Conq, the legendary tier British battleship. In this one, I decided to try and use a, well, somewhat meme build. I decided to use On Second Thought and AL Aurora as an inspiration to try and mimic the ability of AL Dunkirk, the frontal fire skill that lets us switch shells in basically 1 second. This build is not going to be nearly as quick switching shells, as we're only getting, what is it, like 75%, but we are still switching shells in like 6 seconds, which does kind of allow us to have the correct ammunition pretty much for the most part whenever we really want to. I think the only issue with this build is that we don't have any sort of turret traverse buffs. I think I am using the battlecruiser commander, I forget what his name is, but we do need to take damage in order to get better turret traverse. So we're going to play relatively aggressively here and hope that we get focused, well, enough, but not too much that we just simply melt under the pressure, and then we can get better turret traverse and also better reload for this shell switch build. But yeah, it's kind of just a meme. I mean, trying to mimic AL Dunkirk scale. I mean, in something like Conq, I mean, the HE is extremely effective and the EP is decent, but it's still short fuse. So for the most part, you're kind of better off just simply using HE more often than not. And then having something like Marksman or some actual accuracy build, your HE just becomes even more devastating, as you can land many more shells. Especially something like that. I mean, if we had Marksman, we probably land even more than we just did. Z44 probably gets death struck. It's kind of interesting that I needed to ping the Lucian to use his sonar to find the DD, but at least he did, and well, we were able to get the Z44. We're taking a torp here, but that's okay, mainly because, well, again, we need to take some damage to get more turret traverse, so I'm kind of just going to let this flood go. I mean, we do have a super heal, and, I mean, it's not really at the point where we're going to be under too much pressure just yet, so we can kind of get away with this. Enemy Kaba just sitting at A. Kind of a good spot for us to be. We fire HE at the Kaba, kind of hoping that we caught him, but that Russian propulsion, he gets in reverse a lot faster than I thought he would. So unfortunately, we whiff our shot, hoping our friendlies do start focusing him down, because I'd kind of rather just get rid of him and not have to deal with him later, especially if he's using one of those range builds that we use quite often, where he gets all of a sudden battleship range. Then that kind of becomes a problem. Enemy Conq starts pushing in towards me. Not a great position to be in. Conq on our bow, probably shooting HE, but then also on our broadside we have a Yamato and a Montana, so we kind of just need to book it for this island and kind of hope that we don't just get absolutely nuked here, because then we're not going to stand any sort of chance and we'll probably just end up dying. Yamato pushing forward, flat broadside. I mean, we don't have big 7 with this build, so I'm assuming we should still be able to get some citadels on the Yamato. We fire rear turrets, and we actually do get a citadel, so that's kind of nice. We're actually able to citadel Yamatos, but then again, I mean, if you're just simply shooting Ichi, I mean, we probably wouldn't have even left spawn to get this broadside, so who knows if that was even worth it. Conq, we get some decent smashes on his broadside, and our DD does land some pretty important torpedoes. We have our DCP back from earlier, and well, we're going to be, I guess, just okay. Colombo kiting, only focusing on us though, as his turrets are facing us. We need to get into reverse as quickly as we can, because this is kind of a lot of pressure. I can't DCP the fire until Conq goes down, because if we DCP too early, Conq will just set us on a pretty much permanent fire, which we kind of don't want. We're close enough that our accuracy doesn't matter, not having any sort of accuracy skills from our commander, and we're able to finish him off, although our heal is still a minute away from coming off of cooldown, and we're still kind of broadside to the Colombo, although he decides to smoke up, which is kind of interesting. I mean, he was full HP. I guess he just didn't want to get shot at or lose any of his HP at all. So we just simply reverse. We use our shell switching skill, and I mean there is a bunch of broadside things. But the problem with switching to these, switching to AP to catch broadsides, not having accuracy skills or inspirations because we have to use one of them, accuracy doesn't feel like it's great most of the time. We do land a decent amount of shells, but the damage wasn't quite there as we didn't get any citadels. And I'm not even sure if we can with this short fuse, as if we do hit the, well, citadel, it probably just detonates before it even reaches. Enemy Colombo though, still just sitting there. We're gonna get our heal back, so we're kind of in a pretty good spot. We can kind of fight this Colombo, just stay angled. We pop our heal. I kind of wait because enemy Kaba does get spotted, and it's kind of a good opportunity that we can, well, possibly nuke him for all of his HP. Enemy or friendly torpedoes past the Kaba. I mean, I was kind of hoping he would eat one or something, but unfortunately that's not the case. Kaba trying to throttle jockey the DD that's chasing him. We take the aim at the Kaba at 6 kilometers, and well, we land 5 of our 12 shells. Again, maybe a situation where marksman might have been a little better, and then we just simply maybe dev strike him or just leave him on a much lower amount of HP. Although having like half of our HP and close to maxing out our reload mod, we basically have a 21-second reload, which is kind of nice. But then you see dispersion like that, and all the shells just simply miss because, well, dispersion was bad. Now it's time to reverse. I have no idea if Kabatorps can actually reach us, so we're gonna reverse away and, well, try not to get farmed and burnt down, as our heal is still another minute away because I think it's like a 2-minute cooldown, so we don't want to lose all of our HP. We land 1 shell, we get his engine, but accuracy not great. We're just going to reverse away. Colombo has finally turned back in after kiting to the border, but we're just going to reverse away, and here we see Kaba with one of those well, battleship range builds, and we kind of rather not get farmed by him while fighting the Colombo, so we just try to reverse behind this island to not allow the Kaba to do that, as our dispersion trolls us again. But yeah, it is what it is. Kind of under a lot of pressure. We get to the island, so we think we're okay from the Kaba. And, well, 25 more seconds, and we get our heal back. Kaba still trying to lob us over the island. Luckily, our DCP is still active, so we don't get set on fire. We are a little too broadside, though, to the Colombo. Hopefully he doesn't hit us too badly here and delete us from our last 18k. But fortunately for us, he overleads and actually misses most of his salvo. And once again, we're getting our heal back, basically printing another ship. Colombo DCP'd, so I decide to just wait a little longer until that 15 seconds are up, and then maybe we can actually set him on another double fire, maybe even a triple fire as Iakino, which I feel like most people are using these days. Does not have fight fire with fire, as we smash him for a triple fire, and, well, he is burning. He does get in a pretty good hit, but we printed most of our HP back already, so it doesn't really matter. This next salvo, I decide to switch to AP, kind of assuming he was going to turn away to kite, but unfortunately he eats torpedoes, so our AP not really necessary there. Probably would have been more beneficial if we just shot HE. But he does burn down. Kaba, last alive, is just going to probably kite and drive around in circles in his spawn. So not really a whole lot of stuff for us to worry about. Not sure if he's going to survive or not. If, well, we reach 1,000 points, hopefully our team is able to finish him off instead of letting him survive. Shell switching build, I mean, it's kind of okay, but I mean, I feel like it's not really worth it. I feel like a lot of the ships that we shot at, especially the destroyers, I mean, we're probably shooting HE primarily instead of AP, so it's not really important for us to switch. And then having that accuracy to actually dev strike destroyers probably would have been more worth it than having the ability to switch between AP and HE. But yeah, just a meme build. I had a thought, so I wanted to try it out and see what it could do. But because on second thought is in the same row as marksman, I mean, there's no reason to even use on second thought. Even on this battle cruiser commander, it's in the same row as the skill that gives you accuracy, so really, again, it's not really that worth it to try and use it. You're definitely better off using Nelson, even though you're giving up some penetration for your EP and HE. Your HE pen is still more than enough that you're just basically nuking all the battleships anyway. So yeah, not really much of a reason for this build, but I just wanted to try it and see what it could do. But that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more and share it with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future. But anyway, guys, till next time, aloha.